When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life.
Welcome to Man vs. Theta. I'm Spectre, and this is our daily review for August 18th. I know it's been a while since I put out a Man vs. Theta video, so I want to apologize. Things have been really crazy and busy, and markets have been busy. Been heavy at work with doing some development for an app that I think should be helpful for people. So just wanted to apologize. Just been in iterative development busyness. On top of that, things have been, I want to say I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for coming and visiting and using the website and the watch list. We actually broke the website a few times this last month, but I'll put some fixes in, so hopefully that problem should go away, but it's a good problem to have. So again, thank you everyone for coming to the MMO watch list and watching the Man vs. Theta video. So let's get into the daily review and let's see how things went today. All right, so on watch, I was looking for dips on 336 that hold for a 338.50 breakout. We actually at the open popped over 380. We gapped up and pushed, but we got that dip, right? We dipped up down right into the early morning 336.50. So that would have been a great place to get long for SPY and for a run up right here. So 330. Then we recovered through 338.50 to 339. And after hours dipped a little bit here, so we'll have to see. But 338.30 is a pretty big level to keep an eye on, everyone here. You can see that. And so watch that in coming days, right? As long as this holds. So far, yeah, I would say as long as 338.30 holds from here, we're set up for a push into 340, 342. All right. Let's look at AAP. Okay, so the watch list notes for AAP. This was an earnings play or after earnings play. Okay, nice gap. Looking for a push on 170, 172 on open to get short for profit taking. They need to watch reaction around 162, 164. And if we get volume and a trend over 172, then this can really get going, right? So let's take a look. If we see this, let's go to my 3-minute chart. What I like to do. So you can see right at the open, we opened 170 into this 170, 172 area. Great place to get short, and then boom, dropped. Profit taking right off the open in 15 minutes, all the way down to 160, 162. Perfect read for that gap fill. We got into the 162 area, 164. You see it bounced, held 164, bounced a little bit, and then slammed into the 162. It actually dropped all the way down. So it was an all-day profit taking event. At least that's what it looks like here. Basically came back and retested the breakout or the gap fill. And that's what kind of happened with AAP. So it was a good read for the gap up to get sold off with profit taking. And then now we need to see, per the notes, what happens. You know, we got the double bottom, stayed heavy on VWAP. Now we need to see 160, 164. Overall, I think if this reclaims this 164, 165 level in coming days, then that's where we can get long on AAP for a trend higher. But otherwise, look for some consolidation here for 2 or 3 days before it moves higher. All right, let's move on to the next ticker, Amazon. Okay, so the comments on Amazon, where are they? Okay. All right, so they had some news this morning for increase of headcount. I made notes. So last time they increased headcount, I believe it ran. So watching dips. Daily chart has had great consolidation. I think there's a breakout within the next 2 to 3 weeks coming. Well, we got a bit of a run today. So I alerted this actually in the Blackbox Discord room. So we first got in, I think, I can't remember where it was, but we got into the 3350 calls, I believe, for around $20 or so, and I think the risk was $3. And I have to go back and look and see what the alert exactly was, but basically we got I put the alert out, and the including in new format where I include the stops and I include the target. So I'm going to go look at that real quick. Apologize for not having that that ready earlier. And let's see. Sorry, my system's lagging. Okay, so the alert from this morning. Okay, in the that was the second. Okay, there we go. Okay, in Amazon, 3350 calls at 2060, stops at 1650. So I was risking 4 points there. Targets $29 and $32 roughly, and we hit those. So in very quickly in that rally, if you jumped in on that trade, we went right from I think some people jumped in around $22, and it went within minutes here, right? Probably in 15 minutes. Whereas they were able to sell into $28 to $32 area. So the nice risk reward, 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk reward is what I look for generally, especially in these first big moves. Is if I can get in and make 2-to-1, 3-to-1. If you do that all day long, there's no way you can't be a profitable trader at even just a 50% win rate. So something to think about. Then we also had another pullback, and I alerted again, getting into the trade, and this time at 8, looking for this pullback here, and got in at $18, alerted that. And this was my entry for more of the swing. Sold some into this push here, right here up into the 30s, and for almost a double, I guess. And then writing the rest into tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we get this gap up. I'm kind of looking for 3350 to be tested at least, and then possibly a breakout through 3400. And if we get volume, I mean, Amazon has been struggling to break out, so got to take this with caution. But if it does play out and volume does come in tomorrow, I'm thinking a measured move up into 3450 to 3550 is doable. So we'll see. The market needs to hold, of course. All right, next ticker is HD. Let's take a look what happens there. And I'm not sure what that is, so let's fix that in the video. Okay, HD. Okay, so comments. No, got a little rusty, it looks like. Okay, like Walmart, it gapped up big and then filled the gap. So we'll need to see some flow on Blackbox. I was so caught up in Amazon, I actually didn't get a chance to watch the flow, but it basically sold off, right? It broke this low, this 287 right here. It tested it, remarket, pushed up 290, and then slammed. So when you get that kind of a behavior right here, you you kind of want to stay away. So this didn't give me any. It wasn't a clean setup for me. I mean, otherwise maybe this 290, 292, but I was expecting highs in SPY, so I didn't want to. Because we had the gap up there and this was kind of failing, even though I had great earnings, I didn't want to really participate in this trade until I saw something that said, hey, and I didn't see that. Anyways, no trade basically on Home Depot. Let's move on. Okay, JD. Now this was beautiful. So this was a continuation play from yesterday. So if you recall and took the trades from the watch list yesterday, I said I wanted a 63.50 dip buy to get the 65 calls for, and I think we got in 70 cents to $1 right on these dips, and that I was looking for it to make new all-time highs this week, which is it breaking over 69, and we got into 71. So if you took this was basically a 5-bagger. $1 and sold the 65s for anywhere from $5 to $7. So congratulations for anyone who took the trade from yesterday from the watch list. Great solid trade and play there. Okay, NVIDIA. Okay, so this had a nice gap up. The comments I had on this is I'm going to wait till after ER. I believe it reports on Wednesday, so that's tomorrow. And because the contracts are juiced, right? So it had gapped up to 500, and then it yanked right at the open with the rest of the market. And I did miss the short here, but my attention was focused on Amazon. So can't get everything, but the overall NVIDIA is definitely on watch. I think that let's let earnings come out, and then we could have a big run in this one way or another. Let's say maybe not a run. I shouldn't use the word move. Okay, PDD. Now let's see what happened here. So this is that. So this is where they're being added to the S&P, or I can't remember the news. It was. I'm sorry, NASDAQ. It's being added to the NASDAQ next week on the 24th. And that I'm looking for it to dip and clear 92. So we got the dip on 90s. This was an idea started yesterday, looking for the dip buys here, and then for it to break out over 92. So it's setting up nicely. Now, if we get this breakout over 92, I think that PDD can get some buying and rally up into maybe 100 into next week. All right, SE. Now this is the crazy. I'm going to share the daily on this. Check this out. Like, this has been running since last year. You could have got this for $10, $11, and this. I mean, I wasn't even on my radar. But look at this breakout from 60 to 150. So this was definitely on radar. The notes was watching for. Let's see. Okay, I was just saying, looking for the first hour, and then let's see what we get trend-wise. Okay, so after the first hour, we got this dip, right? So when you get this push, it was basically a short off 150 to 152 area. We had a 20-point gap off the ER, and so it was a pretty clean short for this. So you can get short here, and then once it breaks the open, if you could add to the position here, and then it slammed in 15 minutes. So you have to be quick. And so if you took that short, and then you want to cover quickly here, when you get fast points like that, then came and recovered, and tested the open again in these highs, broke below VWAP again, get short, can risk a couple points to 150 here, and you get paid with another drop here into with the market. So now the first hour is complete, right? And we had this previous support at 142, flushed to 141, came up. At this point after the first hour, you could get long. 142, anywhere between 142 to 144 as these green candles came in. And you can risk then to 141. So it's all about risk reward. So if you had 1 or 2 points of risk, here you could ride this up to this 148, 149. I'm looking to take 2 to 4 trades every day that are solid, and I provide a lot of ideas, but because I had gotten paid so well on Amazon and Tesla this morning, there just really wasn't a need for me to trade more than to trade anymore, really. So I kind of bummed I missed this trade, but happy with where I paid my focus. All right, next ticker. Let's see. SPY, we went over Tesla. Okay, so Tesla, we're kind of expecting this. The comments were, okay, nice pre-market gap, but a big pullback can go either way. Overall, still thinking we see 1950 to 2000, but profit taking is likely to show up and cause an 80 to 120 point retracement, right? And so let's keep an eye on Discord for the reads. Ideally, we get a fast dip onto 1860 and then a rip back over 1900 and trend higher. So this was the comments on the watch list, and then I also said that it may take a day or two to consolidate before it does its next big move up or down. So you can see here, we had the pre-market gap 1930, 1920. push at the open, and then slam right into 1850. That's roughly 70 points in this range, and if you include the 1940 pre-market, that gives us that 80 point plus retracement off the peak that I was looking for. So we got 1850, 1860 became support. So we got the fast dip, pushed, dipped, held 1860, and this is where you could get long for that 1900 plus move. So the 2000 calls were bought here around 22 bucks, and that hit about $34, I think, at some point later in the day. And so yeah, so it was a good read, good plan overall. I would say I hope that the watch list helped folks about getting short and locking in profits at the open, and then using 1860 as a guide to go back in long. I mean, so let's see how things play out tomorrow. 1880, you can see here, is a key level, and 1850. So we'll have to see how tomorrow plays out. If we clear 1920, 1940, we're gonna get that rip into 2000. I just don't see how that doesn't play out. But if we push here and keep failing 1920, 1925, and break this 1850, 1860 level, we're probably going to flush into 1770. So just have a game plan for both ways, folks. All right, and then Walmart finally. So Walmart loves to give back gains. I was looking to see if there was some sort of trade that would set up later. I like the 133, 134s. There was a bunch of option flow that came in after this double bottom and a higher low right here. And if you did take it, that was a nice run. And so there was a bunch of option flow for calls on Walmart in Blackbox option flow. So definitely pay attention to those alerts. If you're not a member of Blackbox, I highly encourage you to join. Just let them know that I sent you. I'd appreciate that. And anyways, so overall, I'd say the watch list today, I didn't give a lot of levels because I wasn't quite sure how things would play out today. So the ones that I did give levels on, I think those played out really, really well. And the ones I did give a lot of range. And so those that are used to my process for support and resistance trades should have done okay with that. But we're going to have more trades. I'm hoping to get back to doing at least a video once a week. And if time comes back, then I'll try to get back to doing this daily. But I really, really want to get this this app built, and more to come on that in the coming weeks. And anyways, thank you for watching. I really want to say thank you again. You guys are great, and all the support for building trades off of the watch list and using Blackbox to its utmost for community and tools has been awesome. So thanks again, everyone, and I will see you next time.
Don't it? Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life. Doubt is overnight, until then you shine bright. Cause inside your head, on goes the light. Ignite. Play the intuition upon the stars in the night that glisten.